Welcome back to Tomorrowland. I'm here with Baymax, and today I'm going to add Space Mountain and the restaurants. This is my first episode using my new AverMedia capture box. So this is going to be a shorter build video than usual because I'm still figuring out how it works. Hopefully this new device will resolve all the recording hiccups I've been having lately, where the video signal becomes garbled or the audio drops out for a few seconds. But we're going to begin over here. We're going to put down a few new terrain pieces. So I'm out facing that direction in the toy box, out away from the entrance that we built last time. And we're going to drop this piece right in here like this. I'm going to spin it around so it lines up as close as I can get it with the texture on the terrain block up there. So we'll put that down. And then we're going to put down two of these blocks. And I think that's probably the closest we're going to get. Like that. And then let me pull up my screen grabs here. Make sure I've got it figured out what we're going to need. Okay, so then we're going to need the large terrain block. We're going to put this down right out here off the end of this. And we're going to put this in that direction with the terrain lined up the way you see. And I'm going to place 1, 2, like that. Alright, so there's the extra terrain that we're going to need for today's episode. So I like that. Alright, let's start over here with the restaurants. I think that might be the best place to begin. And we're going to pick up this small flat terrain block. And I'm going to drop this down here, lined up like that. And I want to make sure that we're only one block over that seam line to the left, and that's the case. Okay, so this, we'll go ahead and style it. I've already put down my power disc for the Tomorrowland theme. So I will set that to be my theme. And the player's not really going to see the green on the top. I'm mainly interested in the side of the building because it looks like a good glass front on that. And this is going to be the block that represents Red Rocket's Pizza Port, which used to be there. If we come up to building sets, buildings actually, and we'll come over to the left, we're going to start with this facade piece here. And we'll put this down. Sorry for the delay, I was checking out my screen grab. We'll put these down like that. And then if we go to building sets group 2, we have this fin billboard. Looks like a rocket, which just fits perfectly with this. And what's interesting is I can't put that down like that. So let's drop this down. And then we'll come and move this out of the way. It's an order, I think, that you have to do this in. This piece comes in first. Then we can drop this piece in underneath it. Like that. Which is goofy, but what are you going to do? Alright, so there's my representation of Red Rocket's Pizza Port. They used to have a big rocket sitting out in front here, but unfortunately we don't have anything like that. But that sign is a good substitute, so I like that. Underneath building sets group 3, and it reset the drawer on me. If we scroll over to the right past the Main Street USA buildings, we'll find the little tables, the red striped umbrella tables. We're going to place one here, place one out here, try not to line them up too perfectly. So like that. Alright, so there is our diner. And then next to that, I thought it would be nice to use Dex's Diner from the Twilight of the Republic playset. That just has a really nice retro look to it that fits with what I'm looking for the Tomorrowland world here. So I like that. Alright, and then over on this side, let's put in the buildings around the corner from the entrance there. So back to building sets group 2, and it might be quicker to pick this piece up and put it down. And we're going to use the Tomorrowland window columns. We're going to line this up along the front of the stairway like that, and I'm going to put 2 of them here with the cap on top. Like so. And that will serve as one of the walls for the Starcade when we get there. And now that we have those things in, now we can put in Space Mountain. So if we go up to the set pieces, it's right here. We're going to put this down right on the edge of that terrain seam, right up against those buildings, just like you see right there. And I want to put it with the entrance facing out this direction. So just like that. So that looks really good. All right, let's put a few plants around this just to kind of finish it off. So we're going to start with this one, and just make sure I'm looking at the right picture here. Yeah. All right, so this is going to sit right up here like that. And once again, this should be a block out from the front edge of the diner. So that's where that piece goes. And then we're going to put in Fantasy Terrain Corner 1. And I'm going to tuck this in here like that, right up against the terrain seam. And we'll do the same thing with this one. We're going to put that over here like that. And then off the front of this, we're going to put this, and we're going to line this up with the left edge of that piece over there. So like that. And now if we come in here and style these, to use the Tomorrowland terrain, there's the terrain strip. This one gets sized to use the terrain corner. This one, the terrain corner. Tomorrowland Terrain 5 and Tomorrowland Terrain 5. So there's the entrance for Space Mountain. And then here in the middle, I've set up a little plaza thing, because the old vintage Tomorrowland used to have some models that flew around, but we don't really have anything like that that we can use. So I built kind of a little plaza here, and we're going to set it with the curved edge facing us, and I'm lining it up with the plant blocks down there, down the middle of that street, and with the door for Space Mountain. And we'll drop that like that. And then we're going to come over to these pieces. And the first one I'm going to drop, I kind of want this to be about like that, as you see there. The next one will be over here. The next one off the corner like that. And the next one over here, kind of lined up with the first one that we dropped there. So then if we style this, we get this nice little art structure here, which makes a nice little centerpiece. And these become the terrain corners that aren't lined up with the original building. They're kind of turned. So the building piece is oriented that way, but when we style it, it's like it gets rotated. So there. So now that should look pretty good. That just adds something interesting visually to fill that area. All right, over here, we need to add in this piece. We're going to line this up with the edge of that, and we'll put one on either side. And again, we'll style this for the Tomorrowland. And then we'll put a few plants around the around Space Mountain here. So the first one we're going to use is this one. This is going to sit in here like that. The next ones are going to sit, let's see, we're going to grab this tall one. And I'm going to place this off the middle of this with the sprig facing that way. So if we turn this like this, and I'm looking at the ground, we want this about like that. We want the front lined up right here. And these are going to get styled to eventually here to be the Briar Ridge trees. Let's see, this one's going to line up like that and like that. And then this one will get lined up over here like this. Okay. And then off to the other side, over here. I think it might be easier, actually, to start over on this end. So I want to line this up about halfway on that terrain seam, kind of straddling it like that. And then we'll flip this like this. This one is going to sit about like that, actually. That's perfect. The next one goes right here. And yeah, that little sprig is in that direction. And we're going to bring this out. Let's see, which way do we want to do this? I think like that. Right there. This one is going to sit over here like that. And then we'll put another tall one over here. A little bit closer to the edge. And actually that's perfect right there. Alright, and then these get styled to be the Briar Ridge trees. And this just adds a nice border behind Space Mountain to kind of hide the skyline and make it look like the world continues beyond the ride. We'll style these first. And I'm only going to style these two here on this side because we can't really style those other two on this side until we get the Starcade in. So I'll leave those. For this one, we use that Briar Ridge tree. This one we use that Briar Ridge tree. And there we go. I like the looks of that. That just looks really good. Okay. Well, I think that's enough for today. I need to inspect this video and make sure the new capture box worked. Meanwhile, be sure to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already done that, and you like the toy boxes that I'm building in Disney Infinity. Thanks for watching, and have a great day.